We argue over skills in the electrical industry. Rick tries a spot of basket weaving. Someone with too many tools takes on the Electricians challenge. Gordon hits a half century. And we take a closer look at a German electrical installation.
Hello and welcome to eFIXX TV, your fortnightly live stream here on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you're joining us live, we greatly appreciate that. And we want to get all your comments in because we think it's one of those ones that are going to drum up some fantastic comments from our loyal viewers. However, if you are watching it on catch-up, please leave your comments because it can drive future live streams. And tonight's live stream is Deskilling Electricians, the innovation debate. Gordon, I'm going to get to it before you get to it. Obviously, the set looks a little bit different. We've totally leaned into the Golden M's 50th birthday. So we've gone all out this week with our celebratory donuts for 50 years. We've got the balloons and banners up to celebrate the fact the Golden M's have now become 50 years old, Gordon. And that is an incredibly large number. 50 years. Remember when you were smaller and somebody gave you a £50 note? You thought it was the most amount of money in the world. Now 50 is such a ginormous number. And what an achievement that they managed to limp on to get to 50 years. Does this ring true with yourself?
Well, first we didn't have £50 notes in the northeast. That would be far too much money. No one had that. You'd be suspicious if anyone had that. And yeah, 50. It's been, yeah, it's...
You're 50? You share your birthday with McDonald's.
Yes.
You knew that?
Yeah. I tell you, and thanks for Eddie for that surprise there. It was like a McDonald's turns up at the door just before we go live and confused everybody, well, particularly me. But yeah, I mean, he's always springing one on us. But yeah, it's... I normally play down birthdays, but I've had it's been tough this week because there's a video on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's put X on there as well, is it? Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, so even someone in Morrison's this morning said happy birthday to me because they'd seen it on YouTube. And I was trying to play it down. And then now I can't walk into the curry house because I get surprised by my own reflection. And then attacked by a confetti cannon when I get back to base. So, yeah, thanks everyone. It's been a fantastic birthday actually. Yeah, and normally someone plays down the birthdays, but it's been unavoidable.
Yeah, well, we got less of them going forward than you have in your past. You're actually now closer to 60 than you are to 40, which is another depressing thing. Well, let's not get depressing tonight because we've got some great people in the green room from Mepro to drive this one forward. Should we see our people in the green room?
Look delighted and happy there. Did you see that there?
An association, but we've got no picture at the minute, so we've got no screen at the minute. So talk amongst yourselves.
Well, are they in the green room? Let's have another look in the green room, Joe.
Look in the green room. Are they still going to be there? There they
go. There they go.
Get a wave. Look at that.
No. They're looking push it out of them there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So fantastic guest. Yeah. Innovation.
And they're going to drive innovation. And again, we want those comments in because it's a hot topic, isn't it? Those people that say, well, de-skilling or innovation is bringing down the electrician skill set. And then there's those people that are more traditional. Where would you say you fall, Gordon?
Oh, I love a bit of innovation, me. Yeah, if anything, trying to tackle a job differently. That's what moves us forward. And like yourself, Gary.
Well,
I'm someone who's stuck in their ways, likes time-old traditions. You've been banging out the same material for college students for how long? 20 odd years?
Yeah, on reflection, yeah, I think the syllabus held me back more than my personal innovations. But yeah, you're right. So, you go back for those years that I taught, threading conduit, mineral insulated cable, fabricating your own 90s and sets in trunking and in cable tray and all the rest of it. All the stuff that probably didn't do.
Yeah, if you hadn't bothered with all that stuff, all that stuff that people don't need to know about, they could have finished the course in 6 weeks.
They could have done finished in 6 weeks. I've been holding our industry back with my fellow college lecturers. Okay, and we'll come back to the eFIXX Awards later on where you can recognise your college lecturer and some business categories as well. But yeah, you're right. I think that, innovation, is it within us or is it we do it the old school way and you're not a proper electrician? And you could argue that I fall on I'm behind the curve.
Behind the curve,
Teaching has kept me back.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a battery drill, would you? Till it was thrust upon you.
No, I walked to work when I didn't have a horse. Yes, I thought I did, yes.
Suspicious of where it goes, things like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, in college at those prices, we certainly were suspicious of those. We're still using connector blocks. Yeah. Right, okay, so that's our little story into it, and you certainly sit on the side of innovation, whatever it is in the electrical industry. But we weren't long over in Germany, and they tend to lead the way, don't they? If we think about German engineering.
Well, I mean, obviously in a lot of videos, and people might have known, I travelled around looking at the odd installation now and again, usually in a warm country.
Yeah.
But Yeah, and we've spotted things in Italy and Germany. We're over-engineering it, aren't we? That's what we came to the conclusion. Let's have a look at how Germans do conduits.
This is what we're at the Klauker factory. We weren't looking at any of the tools. We will look at a Klauker tool later on in Rick's tool time.
Yeah.
Right, believe it or not, that is some sort of containment that didn't make the corners there, Gordon. And the orange one there, just popping around it's just...
That is standard practice in Germany. Now, lots of people tell us in our videos, whenever we feature, that the best electrical installations are Germany. Now, just look at that knotted, hold on, back there, Joe, look at that knotted cable going down there.
Yeah. It's actually for the magnetic field, to worried about data interference. That's why they've done that.
This is a typical German installation. Don't bother with, you don't bother basically setting conduit or putting bends on conduit.
I suppose it makes life easier. And it's all plastic. I don't see any metal containment there because they thought the height and the fact that nobody would swing a lump hammer at it meant that they could get away with plastic. Is there any other examples that we've got in there, Joe?
Let's see what we've got.
Yeah,
go through the archives.
As we go through. So,
same at switches. You don't bother with glands or taking the conduit into the switch. You just bring it down the wall, bung it in a pipe clip, job done.
Near enough's good enough. I think it's got a self-sealing grommet in there, hasn't it? So I think the IP rating stays, but they probably don't care about IP ratings, do they? So let's say it got full of water, maybe it's an outdoor electrical enclosure. It means you get called back for an RCD tripping if you've bothered to fit one, and then you get a bit of extra work, don't you, Gordon?
That's it. Yeah. You look after these, teach the customers they need the electrician going forward. They're going to be tripping off at random times all the time. We see we're overthinking it in this country.
Is there any other examples, Joe? Oh, adaptable box. There we go. So just get near enough's good enough. Plastic tube, round cables as well.
Round cables.
Seem to shy away, and they're flexible, aren't they?
Yeah.
Most ends need a class 5 conductors, are they?
Class 5.
So,
bit of that.
So ferruling up and all the rest of it. All the stuff we don't do.
Don't do that.
No,
yeah.
Okay.
Nice bit of Artex there as well.
So you think that's innovation?
Well, I don't think innovation, but I think people were supposed to be interested. We're supposed to be harmonised, and this is
the bit we're not harmonised with.
Yeah. Obviously in Italy that would have been flexible conduit. Here's another one here. Look at that.
Yep, saved a bend again though, didn't it? You swerve straight in, one straight. And the clips aren't quite the same level again. I bet somebody's out there designed a double clip, so they are level. Yeah. A bit of innovation.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that's good. Well, that sets the scene.
Yeah.
Our friends in Germany,
yeah.
we're like that, and we spent a lot of time looking at their wiring systems.
Well, I'm going to try and catch up with one of the electricians we met in October out there, just to see if we can learn a bit more about German electrical installations.
When are you going out there?
Well, it's hot.
Yeah, of course. I'm out in Italy next time. I've got that one. So yeah, that's all good. Overthinking it. I think in order to get this this debate going, we need 3 tame people that have probably tried our challenge wall to come in here and then spend the next probably 15 minutes embarrassing themselves about their race wall.
We certainly do.
Yes,
we have got Jacob Rudge, Theo Webster, and Mike Holmes. There we go.
Here they come. And there, look at this.
Now, Theo will be familiar to lots of viewers because you're dabbling on YouTube, aren't you? Bit of Instagram.
Dabbling, yeah.
Won a few awards in his time.
Yeah, as I looked at your LinkedIn profile today, that's a lot of awards in your title there. You haven't held back with the stuff that you've won, so great to have you back. And you also helped me out on an eFIXX College Connections too in the south, because you're from North Devon, which is just down the road from us here in Yorkshire, isn't it?
Yeah, nearly 300 miles,
Just above South Devon.
Yeah. It could have been worse.
And we've got the team from Mepro, and if people don't know Mepro, well, clearly they're not paying enough attention to where the conduit and all this innovation comes from. But it's, conduit. How much conduit to supply in a year?
I'm the wrong person to ask. So that's not a good start. But
I'll tell you how it works.
Yeah.
How much we sell? Container loads full.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of meters of this stuff. Yeah.
Right,
so if you recognise Metpro and you used to see it on conduit, put a comment in. We'll see how many people actually
spend time looking at it. We'll come back to what's written on a conduit maybe later on in the second section, because there's some stuff on there that's really important on there. Yeah. But what's really important for me personally is the race wall. Okay, so before we get to that, I just want a 60 seconds rundown so people can get a feel for, first of all, who's going to be the fastest, and then think about a time. Shall we start with you, Mike?
Right. I know who I am?
You know who we are, but they don't know who you are.
Okay, I'm Mike. I work at Mepro head office. I support the development and technical team for new products and suppliers. And much of what we're going to be talking about tonight has come through our department. Originated from many sources, but we've brought it through to a product that's we're going to be discussing, and hopefully some of the features will be enjoyed tonight.
Okay, so everyone else heard your fault. That's what they heard from that section. So if they aren't happy with the products, they've just got your fault on that one. Okay. So Theo, do you want to put the next one up? 60 seconds about yourself.
Okay, yeah. So I joined the electrical industry in 2010. Did a level 3 apprenticeship. Qualified by the time I was 19. A couple of years shopping around, doing different bits, and then set up my own business in 2016 at 22 years old. And then I've been doing that ever since. Doing from small domestic to large-scale commercial projects in ventilation as well, so yeah.
And we've watched your career and we grow because you were a winner of the first ever run of 30 under 30. You were one of the
I was, yeah, and the first winner of the commercial industrial electrician of the year as well.
So, how are you? Yeah.
I'm Jake, marketing manager for Mepro. I wish that you'd let me go before Theo because I got my job through nepotism. So my dad set Mepro up, so I haven't got that claim that Theo's got. I like to think I haven't kept it because of that. But yeah, been, as Mick said, working with him on innovations and marketing them, so you can't blame me. Yeah, I'm trying to shout as much as I can about these, what I think are fantastic products.
Okay, I thought nepotism was your parole officer who got you the job, but okay, you cleared that one up for us. Okay, brilliant. So we've got to, let's do it. Get it in early. We've got a whiff of one of you's maybe an electrician, okay, and then maybe we're probably used to a PC and a pen, would we say?
Yeah.
Okay, so what have I got to do, Gordon, if they want to win one of our fabulous prizes?
Some people already know how this is going. Obviously, we have got to see how people measure up. I mean, here's Theo. I mean, okay, he's been at it a while now. Is he actually any good? That's what we've got to think. So it is time for everyone to gamble on the Electricians Challenge. And we have got 3 contestants tonight, so listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. If you think that Jake did this in. If he was fastest, put Jake and 3 minutes 90. Someone's already put that in, and Jake at 3 minutes 90. If you think that's aspirational, we might suggest there. If you think that Theo did it in 5 minutes and 12, put Theo 5 minutes and 12 in the comments. And if you think Mike did it in 2 minutes 15, put Mike 2 minutes 15 in the comments. And if you're closest to it, you could get a prize. So you've got to get the person's name right and the time that they did it in.
Yep, you're trying to beat Sean Dempsey, I would suggest.
Sean's already got his in with Jake at 3 minutes.
So look what
90.
Sean's doing, go 1 second either side of him, and you're probably in with a chance. Sound that one. And serial winner.
Well, I don't know if you can have a 3 minutes 90, can you?
No, you can. 4.5 minutes. I did say that. Yeah, hopefully that came across on camera, didn't it? Yeah. Okay. So if you want to run the timer, if we've got the time, we've got 60 seconds to get your votes in before we see these race horses coming in. Obviously, the sensible money's probably on you, Theo.
Probably, but
we've seen it before, haven't we? When Torpedo come in, didn't she? And she destroyed.
Yeah, it does happen sometimes.
There's a massive upset.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
We've got a Susan Beach in who thinks he's using his girlfriend's iPad over there. So
right, okay, we'll come back to. Anyone know a Susan Beach? Okay, that went down well, so we're not using our iPad in there. Okay. So fans across. Okay, so we've got
Kelly Ford. Is that someone you know?
Yeah.
Is it? Who's that?
She works at a wholesaler.
At a wholesaler?
Yeah.
Which wholesaler would that be? That wouldn't be Devondale Electrical,
No,
would
it's
it?
not actually.
Oh!
I'd like to think someone from Devondale is watching.
Yeah.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah. Where does Kelly work?
Screwfix, actually.
At Screwfix.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's just a Screwfix Sparky.
Oh no,
It's a Screwfix Sparky.
It doesn't matter what we say.
Oh dear, I mean, get it on, get it trendy on social media. Theo Webster, Screwfix Sparky. All right, okay.
Yep.
So she's your favourite lady at Screwfix.
Oh my, don't start
Sunday
that.
afternoon. Screwfix is open. Yeah, Screwfix is open.
Yeah, they are now, yeah, local, yeah, which is good for me.
Metpro conduit in there, is it? Yeah.
No.
Rapid saddles.
No. I've got plenty of stock there, it's all good. So.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Right, times are in.
All right.
All right, let's see how we're getting on. Let's straight
no
in.
idea,
Let's
so
we haven't seen this yet. Who's up first?
Let's see. Exciting. It is. Ooh, the big dog's up first. Got his own face on the back of his shirt. Oh, which way's he going? Oh, he's going to go down. Here we go. Is he?
Not my time.
He's gone. A refusal. He didn't know what he was doing. One Screwfix catalogue in his left hand. He's put it down. And here we go. Own tools, I notice. Yeah, here we go. It's not a lap socket, so you won't know how that one works. Here we go. So you're going up, okay?
Haircut for the show?
Oh yeah, come prepared,
Yeah. That must be a 0, that, is it?
I didn't know you had that many camera angles.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere,
Was it shocking?
Croppers? Oh no!
All right.
Lady strippers.
Yeah, right.
Oh no! You are. All the quick ones use croppers.
You can't see his belt there. He's wearing a tool belt as well for this.
You've got a yellow screwdriver and a blue screwdriver. It's like the Wiggles, isn't it? The Wiggles toolkit. Oh, bless you. And your own little strippers there for the tools. That's good though. Yeah. So you're in there. So strip and go. So drop and go.
It's so much more nerve-wracking than you think it is.
Oh, that's it.
Here they come.
Is it coming out already?
Oh, for those who can't strip cables. Oh, I thought you'd have been a pull it longer, fold it over.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're not.
Here we go.
You are average. Yeah.
You're right, yeah, yellow screwdriver.
Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, no one loses them on site. Doing a full rainbow. Well, be careful there. Be careful there. So,
Got the round window coming soon.
Here we go. So, earth in the back box, and we're done for the circuit. So, didn't bother with the step, no? Didn't think you
Where's
needed
the
it?
screws?
So,
I didn't need the step, no.
Where's
Like some of the other participants, perhaps.
you're known to avoid the step. You watched enough of them to realise you've got to avoid
I'm worried here, Gary. Where's the screws?
Oh, right. For the,
Where have
we
you
haven't put them on
hidden
top,
the
has he? Oh, we could be looking for
You've got
them.
to be scrobbling around
They're
for
in his
them.
They're on the step.
This actually looks
I know where
pretty
they are.
quick, actually.
It's one of your 3 goes, so it might not be your quickest go, so we might be watching it.
Yeah.
What's the blue screwdriver? Is it a freebie? Is it a Hager? or
Lovely Hager one, yeah. Get yourself down to
Right, that was quick. That was quick, actually.
who's next?
Right,
Oh,
here's one.
yes.
Here we go.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Oh, I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to say lino. Whoa, I said lino. Doesn't it remind you of your nan's lino? Oh, wow.
Feeling down there.
You could
That's
skid
good.
off one side and off the other end as well. Look at that bad boy. Oh, we're not using the handle on the screwdriver, so that's good. Different. I like that. There it is.
There
Oh,
we
you
go.
found it. It's on the other end. Absolutely brilliant. Bit of smiling going on there. So,
DIY now and again, Mike? Did you?
A little bit, but obviously not this.
Yeah.
no, obviously.
All right, that's good twist
That's
there.
good.
I
And
didn't even see
straightening.
that
Listen to
happen.
the advice. I like it. Here we go. In a wanna.
Right.
There was a bit of a cut there. I'm suggesting that probably wasn't one time around the bend. This is good.
looking
Wow.
here.
You standing up straight?
Yeah. I'm on my tiptoes there, believe me.
Wow. These boards at 1200 to the middle are really high, aren't they? Wow. Gee whiz. Here we go. Then we're going in again. So at least you went in the top hole. That is
No.
possibly the shortest person to ever take it. You're going with our tools. Well done. So they are good. So stripping those off, brilliant. So and now we're going. This is good. This is. They put that bar right at the top. The way.
I'm right to my limit there.
Yeah, at least you could see up to get it in.
There's 3 nervous
Do
breakdowns
you
coming
manage to? Here we
tomorrow.
go. Here we go. Oh yeah. There we go. Trying to get up there. Come on.
Like Mr. Tumnus doing electrician. Electrician.
Oh, at least
Down we go.
just a bit laugh.
Right,
Hopefully you
here
didn't
we
need
go.
that screwdriver. You're back
Nope.
up for something. Well, it couldn't have been at the top, could it? So
Screwdriver's still up there.
strippers are good. Do you like the strippers, Mike?
I love them.
Yeah, they are good. Yeah, they are a very good stripper. They work. You know, what we find is those people who are absolutely clueless at stripping cable will have a set of strippers like that. And you admitted at the start of this you're not very good at doing things like this. The only time you see manual strippers in people's hands are the people who can't use croppers. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
You
Oh,
said
the
you were hungry
screw-
when you got to Maslabs. You didn't stop eating, so you chew on your screwdriver. So what did you do with the screws? Look at you. Listen to the advice. They're on top of the box, aren't they? They're ready to go. This could be good. I reckon Theo's in a world of trouble. A world of trouble. We might have a nice message coming in here. Is it a birthday message? It looks like someone's got the code still, so they're back in. Earth the back box and we're done. In the UK, we do not need to ferrule these. If you were watching it in anywhere else in the world, yes, we didn't ferrule it. We were completely out of the touch
Right,
of
here we go.
reality. On goes the front,
Two
two
screws
screws
to go.
away
This-
from
this is
completing,
quite good.
and then you've got to leap to your feet to try and get it in.
To bring a little trampoline in for him.
Wow, that red stop button's been put at a silly height, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a bit.
How tall are you, Mike?
5'2.5".
Oh, I like it. You always have the half.
Right, who's up
Yeah,
next?
that's aspirational. We know who this one is.
Here's
Here comes
Jacob.
Jacob. So
Is there enough time?
there will be. Oh, that's a bit of an early kick.
It's okay. He's quite right. I work in marketing. That's my excuse.
You're useless. Is that what
Yeah, completely. Absolutely
Got some
horrendous.
hieroglyphics to read there on the
Yeah.
arms there. Is that the,
I think it looks
the
more
Rosetta Stone?
Australian based. Now, you didn't do very well on the end, so I'm expecting.
Don't
did you
dwell
go
on that.
first time?
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
Okay,
it's
good editing again. That looked awful. That.
it was bad.
Yeah.
He has made us look good, hasn't he? Or as good as
He's
we can.
flying, isn't he? There?
When you got 18 jump cuts every second, then everything looks fast.
We did 3. Well done. There we go.
relaxing into this now.
Yeah, it's
That's
good.
good screwdriver work there.
Pair of leather shoes on the go.
Bit of DIY.
This is horrible.
Put it up there, look away. It's horrible. With the strippers, did you find them well?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really easy.
Clueless as electrician, you use
Absolutely.
the strippers again, yeah?
Yep.
That's it, that's the idea.
Yep.
So, is this anything in particular? Because obviously it seems as if there's a reason for the ink. Is there a...
I like tattoos and I'm half Australian.
Right, so it's something, is it something to do with the Australian culture or just because it's...
Yeah,
tattoos?
it's Aboriginal symbols.
I didn't want to go there, but yes, okay. So,
Yep.
that's good. No, it's going to get it wrong. You look a right clown. It's
Yeah,
like
true.
using manual strippers as an electrician. Isn't it?
Oh, I see.
Oh, God's sake, here we go.
Yeah. Those who can't do, those who can't have a set of strippers. You got a set of croppers?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Dusty,
Yeah, you say rusted up. So here we go then. So yeah, I'm not thinking your name's going to win a prize.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't think I've
No,
put
we all knew
Jacob.
before I sat down.
Yeah, that's all accurate, though.
Are you trying to get on
Really,
one
from
wall or the other? Would you like to be on Rick's wall?
I'm expected to be on the X above here.
Right, okay. Yeah, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awful. We've had really slow ones there. So, did you think your first run or your second run or your third run was your best? Don't say
Third.
third. Okay, this is definitely not the third one. So,
No, it's not.
We always edit at the first run.
No, so you can cut this if you want now.
No.
No, we're in there.
No,
We'll put you through it.
I thought I'd offer it. That's all.
there's people at home watching this or making cups of tea, one or the other, or just going to social media to say if you're a real electrician.
Right, you've got to
Look
get
how
all
much
that cable in there.
I know. Don't dwell on it, Gordon.
Yeah.
I suppose,
whizzed through that
Croppers
conduit.
you're dumbing down the industry, aren't you? Because
Well, this is the thing,
we're
yeah.
using a tool that's
I
designed
found
to
something that was sort of semi-automated.
Hey, well done, well done. Oh, first time, we had a triple header for a long time, G-Dog.
Yeah, that was
Right.
good.
What was the consensus of people in the comments? Who were they going for?
Bloody hell, is he on speed? I don't know who that was to and what for.
Apologise to the lady.
Theo 416, 560, 390, 390.
390, still there.
390, yeah, 424.
Okay.
Theo
Right, so they think it's
235, that's a Theo
that's what you
212,
wanted.
Mark the
212.
Crazy, you're out your mind.
Okay.
Theo's way.
Right.
Right, I
Let's
best,
have a-
I best have a little look.
Yeah, have a little look at
Got to fight through
Who are you
the...
going to start with, Gordon?
Oh, I don't know yet,
What
I've
do you
got to see,
think? Who are you
see
gonna
where
go
we've head. I'll just...
He's as old as McDonald's, that bloke.
Yeah.
He's as old as McDonald's.
Right, ooh.
Who are you starting with? Who is...
Looks like it's... I'll put her around up.
Oh, look away, I have to look away over
I know
here.
I'm last, it's fine.
When you get to that age, all of a sudden your hands start shaking, you can't hold anything.
It's the nerves, Gary. Well, we're going to have to start with Mike, actually.
Mike,
You-
how do you think you've done, Mike?
I mean, we could look up here, that'd be
I think it might be
aspirational.
easier to put it on than you, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right, mate. You're very conveniently placed there, Mike, because you did this in
At least you're on the right
5
wall.
minutes,
You beat Rick.
which is commendable, actually. But I'm shuffling around down here. Got Richard Few tight down here. Darren House, and he used to be
I'm happy
electrician.
with that as a non-electrician.
You're actually in a 520. We'll put you at the top of the 520.
Oh, well
Thank
done.
you.
Yeah, we've got to look at that there.
I'm definitely over here then.
Thank you.
I don't know.
That's
Good. Your last one was good.
We tend to play along with the person that's slowest, so they don't get necessarily the right time in the right place.
Well, so let's have a look here. So now we've got, we're not in the 5 territory. We've got to go to 6 territory here.
Theo, that is calamitous from you.
Yeah, we don't know who
Is
yet.
it Theo?
It's Jake,
Oh,
actually.
sorry,
it is
sorry,
Jake.
I'm on the board, so that's not bad.
It's Jake.
Is it,
So,
now we're thinking Rick.
yeah, so I'll fight through the balloons and the stringy star things here.
Right, please
You
be above
did
Rick.
this in 6 minutes and 13, actually.
Rick, he's quicker than you.
Which is faster than Rick. Oh, I have to adjust them around there.
Just take that one, Jack.
around.
That is brilliant.
That's-
Keep it on. Move them up. Shuffle them up while we're
Firm
we're
marketing
doing the
territory, that one there.
next one. Shuffle, shuffle. Right. Does that mean we'll save the best till last?
Oh, well, we'll see.
See.
Right, so
I think
Theo
Mike can put it on.
Webster. No, Mike's just,
Mike can't put it on.
we could be looking in the 4 territories here.
Well done.
Yeah, no, but actually we're going to have to step up to the 3s.
Okay.
But actually, we're going to have to step up to the 2s, actually. Which puts us
Where are we going? Where are we
right
going?
arrangements here.
Oh, could be the fastest electrician.
Oh, I don't think that.
That doesn't use
Fastest,
croppers.
definitely the fastest.
2:59, is
You
it?
won a 3.
Actually, it's... Oh,
No, come on.
No.
oh, level loss. 253.
First of the losers.
Wow.
Same as Ross. Poor old Ross has gone down. He's working with us next week. We might have to shuffle them around when the guests are on.
He's got
Well done, mate.
There you go.
Brilliant. Well done. Yeah, great one.
53.
See it. So well done.
Devastated.
Your first one was blistering.
Oh, it was terrible.
Obviously, you improved that as well. So that
You
was
still have a career tomorrow, so you'll be fine.
yeah. So brilliant. Really good. So you've both, all 3 of you got T-shirts. So I'll just get one of these out for those people who don't always see them. Seen on eFIXX TV, you only get one of these if you come along and do the race, or you know me. So a couple of my mates have got them as well. So those type of things. I think Sean Dempsey owns one as well. So I think we sent him one out because he's a loyal supporter of the channel. No, so what we sending Sean this week?
Well, no, it's actually Richard Brooks got it this time. So
Brookie's
he's
got
going to
it.
be phoning up Jenny any minute on the burner phone.
Tell him there's some. I think there's some eFIXX sunglasses that look really good in his because they're the same colour as his Volkswagen beach buggy, aren't they?
Right.
He'll have his eFIXX spectacles on. He'll look the absolute melt.
Commendable. That's good. Like, I haven't seen movement at the top of the chart for
Long time.
ages.
I'm never here when people go top. Still not though, am I? One of them, innit? One of them.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank Lewden for supporting our race walk with their black consumer unit. Again, as far as I'm aware, and I was down with them recently looking at their outdoor consumer units, and I've done a video and review on that, and we've actually installed one as well. That I think they're the only ones that offer a matte black consumer unit. It gives you a different approach to those dwellings. So thank you.
And earlier on, one about black enamel conduit. You see, you should be bringing it back. You see, because you get black consumer units are in now.
Yep.
So.
But when we do this, obviously, we like to generate some cash. And that cash this time is going to go off to Richard Gaunt, who's just completed the 3 Peaks Challenge in 13 hours. How quick did you do it, 50-year-old?
7.
Sorry?
7. Yeah, I can.
Rick's 36.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that one
Not the edge, Gary, it's the mileage.
Yeah. So Rick's done that, and we said we're going to donate the proceeds from the cable that we get from Doncaster Cable. So they send us the cable, we turn it into scrap and then cash, and we're donating it to the Electrical Industries charity, which Gordon walked for. Oh, sorry, Rick. Rick walked for. Or shall we call him Gandalf for the first? He had a stick and he said, "Oh, what's he like Gandalf?" Oh, bless him, I had a right laugh this week. So that money's going in there, but to get some more cable, someone's got to sweep up. Shall we see who's sweeping up our green cable?
Let's see who's cleaning up today.
Oh, look at that. Did you realise that you'd done that? You'd have to be in the bottom.
Before we started.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the way it works. Doncaster Cable, send us the cable. You help turn it to scrap, and a lot of scrap today.
I like how Gordon's directed it as well.
Yeah, so we recycle it there.
It gives another nod to Eddie, because Eddie's just filled his bin up and did exactly the same. He sent his money to the Electrical Industries charity because he's just an unbelievable all-round good egg. So thank you ever so much for the donuts, and we will munch into those later on in the show when we're not looking at all the technical stuff. So thank you very much for everyone involved in that. So and Rick hit his target thereabouts, and obviously the green cable bin needs collecting now. If you want to get your own green cable bin, the link is in the description, and it's a worthwhile thing to do. And you can keep your own money if you want. If you don't want to donate it to charity. Gordon, it's all yours.
You've got a green cable? Oh, we'll not be down that far yet.
There's a equivalent.
Is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
Right.
I've used them for a few years. Yeah.
Right.
They're good. Yeah. It's nice. Inconvenient.
Irish accent turns up. You can tell at the same time. No?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
For North Devon
yours
equivalent.
anyhow, don't you use them wire strippers? Sit there at night, then you just start strip all this back to bare copper. It's worth more. Yeah. Okay. Do you take the boys out on it? Is that a Christmas fund?
Yeah, that's the plan every year. Yeah. Doesn't always happen, but COVID and things. But yeah, it's a Christmas do party, you know, and go and get drunk.
We don't condone drinking too much alcohol on this channel, but obviously people like to do so. Here we go then. So
the nightclub footage out.
Let's get into the main please don't. I'm struggling after that. It was an awful experience. Please don't bring that back on. Right, let's go through some of these things. First of all, the massive debate in it. If you make something easier, you're cheating, and cheating means you're de-skilling the industry. De-skilling the industry means we're going backwards. Okay, if we deployed that to everything in life, we'd still be walking. We wouldn't have invented the horse to start with, and then the motor vehicle. And we can say, would we still want to send letters? Are we happy with the internet? So yeah, there's always a thing. You've got some great stories that we'll probably pick up later on as well about time saving and all the rest of it. But let's dive in with a product. Where do you want to start, Gordon?
Conlok is the one
Why would you start on that one?
Well, because that's the one we always show. We think it's even you thought it was a great idea. You were sceptical at first, weren't you?
Brilliant idea.
You saw a little grub screwing a bit of conduit. Wow,
well, I'm off it in the video. Yeah. So, that was fun. So, let's have a little look. Let's bring Handcam in and just...
We've got a little video. Hold on, before we do that, we've got all of the Mepro innovations we're going to look at.
Oh, right, we're going to see that one first.
Have a quick look at that. So, we've got the struts layer, which is a horrible time-saving tool. We've got the trunk clip, so you don't have to...
the back and Zebadee yet. No.
Yep.
Rollatray. Carrying, 30 metres of one person.
Yeah,
that's good. And you're using the spit nail gun, and no. This is still left in the industry. 6 weeks seems too long now.
Here's hammered in with the biscuits, and the tray clip. So you've got the trunk clip, the tray clip.
But yeah. Again, we'll come back to threaded rod if we remember as well about how people are trying to save money on threaded rods, which isn't a good idea. Okay, so there we go. So that's it. Wow, that's great, isn't it?
Oh, there you go. Here's the Conlok. If you haven't seen Conlok, and the rapid saddle.
This was the first video Rick ever did. Rick's fault. Yeah, Rick's fault. So there you go. Conduit system. Brilliant. The saddles are, just immense. I'm sure we'll do the saddles at some point. Let's start with Conlok then. So, you're not a real electrician if you don't spend years and years threading it. Have we got a friend of the show that can suggest that he wished he hadn't threaded all those miles of conduit?
We have got Steve, who works with Eddie, who was he's great at threading conduit.
Yeah.
But he, he's done so much threading of conduit, he ended up with arthritis.
Yeah, in his shoulder. So he's now an electric threader. Well, you know, let's argue Conlok into the story rather than electric threader then. So can I just take a quick look at this then? So just describe to me, Jake, how that's being held onto the terminal box or inbox.
So traditionally, as everybody watching will likely know, you normally have a thread which is put into each spout, which is done post galvanising. Conlok removes the need for that, so it remains fully galvanised, and instead you connect to your tube with the built-in grub screw.
So no threading at all. We've got to cut conduit whatever happens.
Yes.
So we can't get away from
Cut
that.
deburr,
Yeah,
but no threading.
No threading at all.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So with that in mind, could you name anywhere where it's been installed? And I'm not talking Theo's makeshift studio. None of that counts anymore.
It is in there, but no, I mean major projects are Heathrow Terminal 2, the Chris Hoy Velodrome in Glasgow, I think. The most recent big project, though, was the new Spurs ground. So sorry for anybody who hates Spurs, but
So it's the first silverware they've had in there, is it?
Apparently so, yeah.
I like it, I like it. That's good. So we're not talking, tuppeny halfpenny installations here. These are multi-million-pound installs.
Yeah. We are seeing it, though, on some, smaller contractors are using it a lot more now.
Why would they be using it, though, Theo?
Time saving.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, yeah. So I did a huge project 4 years ago. We had thousands of lengths of conduit that we had to thread for penetrations through a firewall.
You said we, so describe we to me. People who work for you.
Yeah, so I had 12 people working for me on that job.
And they were threading conduit, yeah.
Yeah, threading conduit, yeah. So we had 2 guys in particular just on threading conduit for a while because there was so much of it to do. And I recorded how long it was taking him to do that. And I bought a electric threader to start with, which in that time then he was doing 5 days worth of threading in 1 day with the electric threader. Right. So Conlok obviously completely removes that entirely. You don't need to thread, so you're going to half that time again. All you're having to do is cut your pipe and then you're just putting your fittings on the end and you're done.
So you'd have priced that job
Correct,
to install that job, and you could have taken off just in that 1 week.
Yeah.
You reckon one man for 5 days?
So
to one man for half a day.
Yeah, so 5 days, £200 a day, £1,000.
Yeah.
Immediately down to £200, probably down to £100 if you're using the Conlok.
That's straight in your pocket.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's not slur. The strippers are, but that's not slur. So straight into your pocket. You've won the install and all the rest of it. But what they're going to say in the comments, Gordon, I just know what's going to be saying is, how hard does it hold it on? That's only a tiny grub screw. This world's smallest Allen key. I've seen things bigger in a Christmas caracker than that. Mike, give me some newtons.
Well, there's been lots of work done in regards to making sure this product meets the standard that as you would get with conventional conduit as well. So the grub screw itself is a high tensile grub screw. So when tightened down, it bites into the conduit as well. It creates that earth link, the current link right through the system as well, and holds it tight enough, certainly, for the job that we're talking about here.
Absolutely. So, of course, then, that sounds great. OK, Theo, used any outside ever, Conlok?
Not Conlok, no.
OK, so back to you, Mike. I want to use a conduit system, not Conlok. I'm going to use normal conduit outside. Any top tips from you, Mike, when it comes to where the threaded spout enters the threaded box?
Well, it's a question that gets asked a lot regarding Conlok because obviously you haven't got the threads. Threads create a natural barrier for water ingress anyway, to a certain degree. But even with threads, you will get, if you've got sitting water in certain places, water can seep its way down through into the system as well. So with Conlok, we advise that you use a silicone or a mastic on the seal joints to seal it. And if I'm honest, I would advise the same even for a threaded conduit as well, just to be safe.
I'd love that in the comments. First time I'd heard that, and it makes total sense. So thank you very much, Mike, bringing that to our attention. Are you the sort of person who uses a silicone sealant when you're doing threaded ones in order to maintain that seal where you're using it outside, let alone using Conlok? If the answer to that is yes, you should really be using Conlok. Yeah. So if you're in that, well, do you use much silicone sealant on your threads, Theo? Because you
absolutely not. No.
Was it as much of a shock to you as it was to me earlier?
It was. It makes sense, like you say. It's not a it's a permeable joint, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always going to let water in eventually.
Yeah, we've got it going into an IP-rated enclosure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. So thoughts on that? Anything coming in on the comments that we put?
I mean, there's all the ones, a small Allen key, that one, you'll never check the earth continuity, things like that. I would, I would try it. I mean, I think a lot of people see it. And you know, say you were sceptical at first, weren't you, until I did it install
That's how
here.
sceptical I was.
Yeah,
So I
which
hung off.
Gary was a much bigger person back then as well, and I'll tell you that. That grub screw.
Around. Gary's looking fantastic now. Let's say you've heard into a better story. So we've got this here. So that is it. Look how small that grub screw is. But I can tell you now, it held my weight, and I pulled against that, okay, in order to hold it into position.
Yeah.
But I've seen terrible conduit where it's threaded and it's finger tight. You take it off the wall, you spin it off with your hand. Have a little look at that, G-Dog. You're going to give us a little demonstration. You got enough arthritis in your hand to still go?
No, I can do. Yeah, I mean, that's just, it's not gone anywhere. It doesn't. That's the other end spinning there.
I'm glad you told me that. On camera, that was like a moment for me. That's good.
I would give it a try.
But even down to the way the product's been packaged, we've got the grub screw screwed in so far, just enough so that you could. It's just literally half a turn almost, just to tighten it up. So you haven't got people standing on site having to ratchet it down. It's literally right where it needs to be, ready to go.
Yeah, we used the whole system, and it was Rick's first job when he came here. He'd never seen it at college, and then we had an endpoint assessment for students where they sent me the package with the endpoint assessment. It has to be installed in Conlok, in conduit, of which Conlok was an option.
Right.
Even in a college, I was like, wow, how good is that? They gave it as an option. But I know what the lecturers would have said. Well, if they can't thread conduit, they can't be an electrician. But again, wouldn't it be nice for them to see it? You know, it's, and again, we've talked about this off camera, maybe something about college connections. You would surprise even the apprentices, let alone the lecturers and the full-time learners, with that this system is available. They'll say, well, we don't use that at work, we thread all ours. And then there's a great debate in it. Why?
Yeah, and I think, you know, you were saying about people saying, well, you're not being taught to thread tube anymore, but we've already mentioned it earlier, we were talking about it before as well, that you can get electric threaders. So my question on Conlok would be, what skill is being taken away from conduit installations with Conlok? Because you're still having to cut, you're still having to deburr, you're still having to bend. Yeah,
bend. All skills in the bend, isn't it? Certainly there's no skill involved in threading. I bet those standing there for 5 days didn't think how skillful they were, did they? When they were doing that
No, yeah, definitely not. They weren't overly happy about it. Yeah, it's all, like I say, it's all in the bending, you know, finding the back of your bend. Perhaps it might make the process slightly easier because you haven't got to, you know, I used to try and save conduit, so you'd work from a pre-threaded end. You know, so you find the back of your bend, so you wouldn't have to do that because you can just cut your pipe anywhere now. But yeah, I seriously don't see it as de-skilling the industry.
Be interesting to see if people's in the comments if how many people have actually used Conlok. That'd be so. Just put Conlok yes or Conlok no, but that's have used it, not no to Conlok. Just put that in for yes or no, depending on if you've ever used it. It's good because once you've seen it, I see it everywhere now. I was going to go and have a look. I think, oh, let's use Conlok. Yeah. Use Conlok. Use, you know, things like Lewden shopping centre's got a load of Conlok in there.
Edinburgh Airport, Glasgow Airport.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. Yeah. So for me, big thumbs up. What about you, G-Dog?
I'm just putting a poll in there.
Putting a poll. Yeah, he's done a poll.
Okay.
There you go.
So would you go back to threading now, Theo?
Only for making a video to show off a threader, and that's about it, if I'm completely honest. Oh, wow. No, I like the Conlok product, definitely, yeah.
You don't care, selling yourself out there. Somebody
I bought the tools.
Sends me a threader and some money, I'll say.
I bought the tools, no.
You know, wow. You'll be the face of automatic wire strippers moving on, I would imagine. I'll walk into Screwfix, it'll be DIY delight with Theo Webster. This cable stripper here does all the hard work.
Glad you came, mate.
This is a terrible idea.
Brilliant. We might come back to that. I think there's some stuff when we talk maybe a little more specification second half, things like clean rooms and that. I think we'll come back to that and maybe where Conlok can pick that up as we go to the next one. What product would you like to do next?
We've got the rapid saddle next.
Ooh, I love this one.
We've got a rapid saddle.
I know the bloke who invented it.
There we go. So this is rapid saddle, if you don't know. It's a saddle with one screw, but that's not the real innovation here, is it, Gary? That's it, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, bring back Rick.
It was there, you went past it. There we go. What's going on here, Gary?
Well, so what I like about these, he's got two screws actually, one to hold it on the wall and one to hold it in place. But it's the fact that it lays down that me and Rick were so impressed with, that you could build that section of conduit up. Remember, if you're using Conlok as well, you haven't got anything with running couplers or anything like that in order to be a problem. And then you just drop it on. So it's 3 or 3.75 metre lengths, bang on the wall, saddles up and done. And that was the thing that got us when we did it. And you, Mike, had something to do with that product, didn't you?
Our department, certainly. I mean,
You said off camera it was all your work. If they're watching tonight, well, back to your story. Team effort, was it?
Team effort, absolutely team effort. Yeah. I mean, as with any of these things, we were sort of asked to look into it. Many of the products that we talk about and use conventionally have been around for decades, many decades, and so.
Hey, Gordon.
So basically, we're just asked to look at certain items within that range and see what we could develop, and spacebar saddles seem to be one of the key ones. And when you're looking at a product, it's a two-component. You've got to put that on the wall, and then you've got to come in, introduce your conduit. You've got to fish this out your pocket and on and slide, and you've got another 3 meters to contend with. It just seemed reasonable to come up with something that would allow the thing to stay together in one piece. And as you can see from the video there, it creates a hinge that you could just drop the conduit onto. Once you've got them all screwed on the wall, conduit goes on, and then one person just goes along, slides it in, the top one along, and tightens it down. So you're down to one screw. It looks like a spacebar saddle because, again, we wanted to try and make something that looks like the conventional part, so people aren't too far away from what they know and love on the wall. But at least with this, it takes away all the need for having two people to handle the length and all the two-part components.
I totally agree with that. I was filming Rick at the time, so I would have had to hold the other side of the conduit at the same time, so I was quite lucky there, so that was good.
I think the same with Conlok as well. The way we supply them with the grub screws, they're pretty much ready to go and just nip up. There, from memory, rapid saddles are supplied with the screw. You've just got a quarter turn it to nip onto the tube, and you're done. So we thought about that at, point of manufacture.
Yeah, well. and that's done as it's assembled as well, because the last thing you want to be doing, all these things are about trying to make the job easier, especially when you're 30 foot in the air and you're trying to fit something. If you've got to ratchet down a screw because we haven't got it in the right place, then it becomes inconvenient. So as you take them out of the box, they're ready to go. Quarter turn, and that's on tight.
Yeah, because Rick got to a point where he could get 3 in his hand and just flick his wrist to drop all 3 down, so we did that quite a few times in the video. Yeah, it was nice. So ready to go.
Should get a video of that.
We'll do one, and I'll let you share it on your own Instagram page.
Oh, please do. You've really helped today.
Yeah, I'll go.
It's been great.
Right, rapid saddles. Fit those then, Theo?
Yep.
Yeah? Big thumbs up?
Yeah, they are from me, yeah. Like you say, it's the one-man installation of a long length of pipe. It's just saving time. And again, if you've got one person doing that, you're saving on one person's labour while they're doing something else. So.
Yeah, and ladies can do it as well as they. So
It's important to note as well that we've got the 2 finishes on the rapid saddle, because we've got the standard one, BZP finish for internal use, as per the conventional spacebar saddle. But we've also got one with a Delta Protect finish. It's a branded zinc flake finish. It's a more matte finish, but that's for external use. Whereas you wouldn't normally put a spacebar saddle outside. The base of these things is 5 mil, which is a little bit deeper than you'd normally get on a spacebar saddle, because the idea of that is that, again, it can be used externally and take up maybe a more rougher surface as you get on an external wall. And you can use that instead of a distance saddle, which is a much bigger, heavier, more expensive product.
Yeah, so I'm glad you cleared that up for us, because when they first came, we had the 2 different ones, and we were a bit like,
they got a bad batch.
Well, we didn't want to say that. We certainly won't say that on a live show either. But so that makes sense. So the dollar one's for outside.
Yeah, that's it.
And the conventional one that matches the conduit is for inside. Lovely.
Correct.
That's good. Thank you for that one. There's a short for us. You won't get to it before it's there. Nobody will watch yours. We're not worried. We're not worried at all. Moving on. We've got another one. It's the next one in your list, Gordon.
No, I'm just reading a few comments on it. We're Rollatray next.
Rollatray, thank you very much.
A bit of Rollatray coming in. This is nuts. So
this
was challenging some
Nobody
people
seen
here.
this one before.
It's a great shot.
It is a great shot.
If easyfit comes up at the end of this video, our apologies. I don't know what's happened with the videos, but they're obviously not all easyfit channel nuts. Just for clarity.
Rollatray. Okay, this divided the public when I think you set about making a video on this. I don't even think I was involved in the video.
No, you were like, what? Cable tray and a roll? The conduit was bad enough, and then you had to leave the room when you saw this one coming in. All those years of skills. Styling down.
Absolutely.
Now we were set the challenge because this was originally developed for a single application, wasn't it? Under floors.
It was originally designed for that, yeah. Or put it on the floor and kick it, and it basically fitted itself, as opposed to conventional 3-meter tray, joining it and sliding them along, joining it. And this will roll 15 meters straight from the roll.
In 15 seconds.
Say again?
In 15 seconds.
In 15 seconds, there you go. And we've designed it so that it's the right size, so that it doesn't take up the memory of the coil. As you cut it and kick it, it literally rolls flat.
Wow.
All of that was done within the design stage as well, the packaging.
And when we say underfloors, are we talking about floating floors and things like that, where we've got offices where, just them stilted floors where all the containment data and stuff's under there?
Yeah, pretty much. And that was its initial design. And the design of it has little holes all the way down either side. So once it's rolled out, you can literally just go along and just screw it down to the floor, nice and tight. And then you've got the whole the perforations down the middle, which have an M6. We call them a snail. They look like a little snail coil. It has an M6 thread available to them, and also a slot underneath. So you can either put an M6 fastener in there, or a cable tie through it to tie down the cables, or whatever you plan on doing.
You loved it, didn't you, Gordon?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You got a viral video out of it, which you like as well. So we bolt through as well, yes, in order to lock them together?
You can bolt through. What you're doing there is you're overlaying it on a 90-degree angle. And again...
Can't you buy 90s? This looks like you're de-skilling the industry, yeah?
No, the reason for that is because you can just do this. You overlay it. If you've got a wide one, we do them in 150, 300 and 450 mil. Run a wide one down the middle as the mother strip, and then take off smaller strips by just running them literally 90 degrees across it. It overlays. The dimples, let's call them that, fit exactly on a 90 degree and sit on top of each other, and you just literally put an M6 bolt through to hold the two together.
I'm thinking, some sort of cooling tower or something like that, where we've got like a circular building. That would be perfect when you wrap it around the walls, couldn't you?
Absolutely perfect for that. Yeah. As I say, it was designed initially for a floor, but anywhere where you've got a surface that literally sit underneath it all the way around, because obviously it's not self-supporting. It doesn't have the sides like a conventional tray, but as long as you've got surface underneath it, curves, chimneys, coming up through.
Riser mains is another one that we mentioned.
Floor to wall.
Riser mains, yeah. So lift shafts and things like that. So that's really good. Whose idea was that?
I'll let you answer that one, James.
Well, the concept came from a contractor up in Scotland who brought the idea to us and got involved with Mick's team. So we've got Mick, and we've also got an engineer in-house. And they worked with this guy on the design, and it evolved from there. And now, we obviously manufacture it, we supply it, and you get a royalty on top of it. And that's another opportunity for people with innovation. We're happy to, Yeah.
You met Rick? He's had 4 so far. He ain't had a bean yet, that boy. Not a bean. We just done a video on a product you invented as well. That was quite heartbreaking for you, wasn't it? So, look out for that one. Rick's a serial inventor. So, OK, that's nice. So if somebody has got a great idea out there, talk to us in the containment sector, then come to you, then there is a chance.
Yeah, I mean, speak to Mick. If it comes to me, it'll go nowhere.
But many of these have come from people's ideas and just things that they've seen and frustrations they've got in their own when they're looking to install things, and they come to us with a concept. We'll look at it and try and make it into something that's actually producible and that gives the innovation that they're looking for. And that's where this one's come from.
That's and there's with that as well. There's no need for hot works permits on site either, because you can just get in it and away you go.
Which we had some fun doing. We saw that in the very first video, didn't we? That stuff with you guillotine.
Oh, yeah, guillotine,
it out.
yeah.
Did you realise about the roll? Did you realise the roll was that tight so it could unroll and lay flat? Did you realise that's why it was that tight?
What, in terms of...
So the original, because it's quite a, roll was quite big, but did you realise it was banded at that so it would roll flat?
Well, it rolled out pretty quick. As soon as we let it off, it was off. It was like a...
The answer to that question, he didn't realise that. That's all right. He's trying to faff his way into like he knew something there, and he didn't. That's good. Again, just little things like that. Again, you're not faffing around with it when you get it out, are you?
Absolutely,
it just lays flat and off you go.
Have you used this one, Theo? Have you been in?
Yeah, I used that in a commercial plant room that we did.
Right.
And it's great. It offers you just so many different options for things. Maintain the earth continuity, fixing together really well. Yeah, and it was good, one of my most watched videos, actually. So,
There you go.
40 people. You get the 51 days. He's got a whiff, he's got a YouTube channel, folks. Yeah, okay. Where would you like to go next, Gordon?
Next one, we've got the trunklip and the trayklip. Yes, let's have a look here. So here's all.
Oh, we're having a disaster.
Well, we can do that one next if you want, Joe. Sorry.
Here we go. Is it, though? We'll get that. So, OK. I like this one. So me and Rick couldn't, first of all, work out necessarily how to use this, and when we did, we felt foolish. It was brilliant. So clip both sides, lid on. That is just superb. Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you got obviously the other version for the cable tray works in exactly the same way.
Exactly.
Have we got one here that we can have a closer look at, just in case people want a little closer?
Is this you have a go there? See if you can remember how to use it.
Mike's doing this one.
Oh, Mike.
We're doing that in practice. So another bit of channel. Or you just going to do one side?
No, I'll need two if we've got
that one.
If we've got a little 2-inch.
I don't know, have you?
Boom.
Do matneys on Saturdays.
I threw it up, you hit it.
There's one.
Thanks, mate. That'll do. I've got two. It's okay.
So normally you'd be drilling the back of the trunk and putting the Zeb behind it.
Let's have a look.
Which is an absolute pain in the backside on 50mm. When you're working above your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Drilling straight through there down and then bolting down into that Zeb you've got there.
Yep.
Moving your Zeb to where you need it to be in the first place. With these, because they're an external application, you literally just lay your tray across the channel in the 90 degree like that. You've got these H sections on the clip here.
Yep.
The idea of these is that they allow you just to put the clip in and it sits where you want it to sit.
Okay.
One second, I've just got something. This channel's not a good piece of channel because that one's been bent for some
Oh,
reason.
it's caved in. You can see that. You've got another bit. Bring us
The chunky one.
Oh, I tell you what.
I was going to get out to a college, bless them.
Somebody's given that a bit of a smack. Okay.
Right, okay, so let's see that again. We've got rid of the
Okay,
zips.
so basically this will just sit and slot down in there like that.
Yeah.
On either side, you get your channel where you need it to be. You could slide these very easily backwards and forwards and they stay in position.
Yep.
You literally come either side of it
And clip it in.
and clip it in. And this is where I make it look well. And
Yeah,
that's it. And I love that clip because that tells me that's located, that's going nowhere.
Does
And that's
the lid add a little bit more to that fixing? Because when we put our lid on, it gripped it even harder.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Once the lid goes on, and the lid does go on, and sit down, turnbuckles will come into play. Once that's done, that's at its firmest, and that's solid then.
Yeah. We looked at them for a while and we couldn't necessarily instantly work out what they were, me and Rick. And then when we did, it was like, he looked at me and it was like, wow. I was like, wow, yeah, unbelievable, yeah. So use those, Theo.
Yes, I have. Only in my workshop, though. I've not had a chance to use them in the wild yet. But yeah,
It's a bit of a theme, isn't it?
Yeah.
Electrician who never leaves home.
Yeah.
Are these products easy to get through a wholesaler?
Do you know, at the minute, no, they're not. We've got.
Are they holding the industry back? Are they actually throttling back innovation in the electrical industry?
That's inflammatory. Are they
Is that
holding?
like a rebate?
No, I don't think they're holding. I think the issue with innovations at the wholesaler level is they're not the ones that see the benefit. It's the contractor. So, I mean, this is one of the benefits of us being on this, this platform with you guys and getting the message out to the contractor, the people that they understand that they see, like Theo with the other products we've talked about, and it's brilliant. Well, that's just it's a godsend, and so that's the way that we're going to get more wholesalers to buy into this stuff.
We've had some practical examples with other companies that pretty much use the contracting electrician as their marketing team.
Yeah.
So they walk into a wholesaler and say, I must have insert product. And then, they push that way. And I think that's, with today's social media, that if enough people went in and asked for something, or they'll move wholesalers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably worth mentioning we have got, the brand for these innovations is Demon Cato, and we've got quite a high number, a growing number of what we call Demon Cato partners. So, they work with us on promoting these products and they're doing a bloody good job as well. So, yeah, it's definitely growing. And products Conlok, Rapid Saddle, easyfit as well, they've taken off quite nicely.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. We love them. Every time something new comes in, it's great, isn't it? Mm. This is a bit of me. I know we said earlier on about traditional stuff, but if college, again, this is a subtle push again.
I know.
But if you don't see it then, would you ever see it if you're stuck with an electrician that is old school? And you look at him, you're thinking, he's having a laugh and he's making me thread all this conduit. Has he not heard?
Yeah.
You won't have a clue, will he? So, it's making sure people know this, and there are easier ways. You got this for how many years, Gordon? How many years you got this for, your body?
Well,
entire life.
Ever, hopefully, Gary. Yeah.
Forever. Yeah. Unfortunately, for just a bit, yeah. But again, what you do to it, and I used to say to students, what you put into your body and what you do to your body at this age is effectively like rallying your car, and then when you get old, you hope it's going to last. Okay? Same with this, isn't it? Do you really want to go out there and do all that threading when you don't need to? G-Dog.
Right, next up.
Which one's this we've already seen?
No, we haven't seen this one. Let's have a look.
What are we going for now? And here we go. And what have we got here, Gordon?
This is the easy, what do you call this? The easy
fit channel nuts.
easy fit channel nuts.
Yeah.
Now, perhaps we need people if they don't remember what a non-easyfit channel looks like. It's the it's your traditional Zebadee.
We saw these a long time ago, didn't we?
Yes.
So there's your traditional Zebadee, and more often than not, the spring on the back gets caught. I think they're actually called spring nut washers, aren't they? Is that what they're called? They're actual now. I think Zebadee is a trade now. It's like calling it twin and earth. Spring nuts, yeah. Spring nuts, yeah. So
Zebadee was a children's television character.
Was it back in your day?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it. So what was this, like in the 30s? Was it like a hand drawing?
It was, yeah. That was it. So, yeah.
Do you want to show us the other one then? So
Magic roundabout, Gary.
Take the end cap off for us, obviously, and then we can see it going in. So if you want to slide that back out for us. Exactly the same style as a spring nuts.
Yeah.
No, that's not how they work. So
there we
again,
go.
look, listen. It's got beveled edges, exactly the same as we would have on our spring nut in order to rotate it on. So Gordon's going to do that for me because I can't do that and hold the camera. He's having a design. Look at it. Elderly. Look at that. Do you remember when your nan's hands always looked like she'd had a bath? You know, that extra skin. There we go. So, right, you going to put one in for me? Yeah. Are you going to... The blue, and there's a yellow one. Okay, slightly different. So you put it in sideways still, Gordon.
Yeah. I'd go to the end because that's not very good.
Oh, Mike, get it right at the mic. Here's Mike.
You gave the bench channel out. That's not a complaint.
So if you just drop it in like that,
you do,
you see these little bits here, you just literally do it and you knock it through the floor. That was brilliant.
Making the electrician's life hard by the looks of things.
Take two. So literally just turn it and it sits in like that. It locates underneath the channel in the same way that a spring nut would, but rather than being pushed up from the base upwards, it's held in the top. And we've got the other sizes.
Okay.
So basically,
that's a blue one.
Yeah,
we didn't realise this until today. So there's a yellow one.
This is a relatively new edition.
New. So you've got a grey M6.
Yeah.
And you've got a yellow.
M10.
M8, and the blue is M10.
Blue's M10.
And we have an M12 in red as well. So you've got a colour coding, so you know exactly which one you're using.
Back to the Wiggles again. They didn't got a grey one. We've got a red
Make it nice
one.
and easy.
Okay, yeah, brilliant.
And you saw how easy they were just to rotate in.
Well, we saw, yeah.
And they slide whatever you want them.
They do. I loved them. I did. As one of our first real short videos, wasn't it, Gordon? Back in the day.
It was when we first tried them.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, and again, if you went into your local wholesaler and there's 100 wholesalers, what's the chances of me getting them tomorrow morning?
I think easyfits are probably a bit more available. They're more available. People have latched onto them more than the other products. I think, I know I said this before, but with Conlok and the easyfit nuts and Rapid Saddle, they look quite similar to the more traditional products. When you talk about trayklip, which is just completely, alien to the traditional method, and then with Rollatray, it's polar opposite to, to basket or tray. I think that might throw people as well. So what we've seen is that the ones that look more similar to traditional stuff seem to go a bit better.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really what we're doing with all these things is giving people choices.
Yeah.
So you've got this choice. Yeah. We do the conventional range of spring nuts as well, but there's 12 SKUs in that range, from an M6 through to M12 in the plain, short and long.
Oh, yeah.
With this, you've only got 4 SKUs. Colour-coded, nice.
Wholesaler again,
well.
shelf space is important.
That's a benefit for them as well as a benefit for the end user.
And moving a long spring nut, or any spring nut in slotted channel especially, even in plain channel, is a challenge enough at this height. But when you're up, 40, 50 feet in the air, and you're dropping screws and they're all tangled up, not screws, spring nuts, and they're all tangled up in your pocket and everything, and they're whacking people on the head as you drop them, it mitigates that as well. That frustration.
Oh, on that bombshell, let's go to Rick's stool time. Is that where we're heading?
Yeah, no, not quite. No, just the poll actually saw 70% of our viewers haven't tried Conlok yet.
Right, okay, then,
so I would say
70% haven't got an opinion then.
Yeah, I would say, yeah.
But that's not true.
Yeah.
They have got an opinion, but you need to. Yeah, I'd say you've got these little kits. How do we get one of these little kits?
If people want sample
eFIXX
boxes,
college connections, come along to one of the 12 eFIXX college connections. You came along to 2 of them. I'll be handing out to colleges, and you'll be able to get our hands on them then. Where can we get our hands on them?
if people want sample boxes, get in touch with us. Sales at mepro.co.uk, marketing at mepro.co.uk, and we'll send some out to you and give them a try.
And again, if you've got any sort of social media platform, not that it needs to be a massive one, so Theo still does a bit as well, just take a little picture of it and just tag them in, just say your thoughts. And again, polar opposites on the thoughts. If you're one way or another and you still haven't been won over, still say those thoughts, share them with the community. That's what I would suggest on that. Absolutely. Are we ready for Rick's tool time? Because again, I think it's a bit of cheating.
Yeah, but before that, we've just got a little awards short, Gary, because it is the last week to enter for the eFIXX Awards as well. It is.
Week?
Yes, it is. We've got
right,
a little,
let's bring up
short video there.
We've got a row of...
This is my favourite.
You're right, Sarge.
What have we got this time?
Oh, I think it's that cat killer again, sir.
Is McFerrell here?
Aye, McFerrell's in the back waiting for you.
Oh, oh, so. What you got for me, McFerrell?
Yeah, it looks like it's the cat killer again.
Right, I'll make the call. Gov, we've got another one. Yep, another smart home installer that didn't get the recognition they deserve. I know they should have nominated, but they didn't. Yeah, I'll get my team on it straight away. When will they learn?
Oh, smart home installer of the year there. One of my favourites. He's done some fantastic ones, and Joe Hammond has given us an absolute edge, we think, in the humoured aspect of our eFIXX content, and we thank him for those. But that's not the only category, okay, that we can get. So let's throw all the categories up that we can do. So here they all are, as we work from EV installer, lighting installer of the year, wholesaler, person of the year. Oh, person of the year. I wonder who's going to win that this year. Person of the year. Data and security installer. We've got the marketing awards. We've got commercial industrial installer. We've got heating and ventilation. Training provider of the year, so that's probably a private training provider. College of the year, come on, college of the year. Lecturer of the year, yay! There we go through. Renewables installer of the year, residential installer of the year. We made a new friend on that. Carl come and joined us. He's came in contact with us, so social media for winning that award last year, and smart home installer of the year we just saw there. So all of those categories are up for grabs. How do we get involved?
You just have to enter via the website at awards.efix.co.uk.
It is, and you've got until the end of the month.
End of, 31st of July, so next week. You've already won one, so there you go. You can have another go.
Have you got yourself in for one of the business categories?
I think I did, yeah.
Not this year?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
You'd know or not?
I'm pretty sure. I know it's not a difficult question. I think I did do it, yeah.
I think you did.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. If I don't win, probably not.
Lazy scrapper, yeah. Okay. Right, let's see another lazy electrician. Well, almost a lazy electrician. Let's go and see.
What do you mean another?
It's too old time. I've seen some things in my time. Just watch this. He really wasn't making his life easy with that hacksaw. Traditionally, you'd use a concentric bolt cropper to remove the side braces, angling it to a 45 to keep the cut lengths as short as possible. After seeing Gary work up a sweat, I think it's time for something a bit different, because I don't want to see those facial expressions again. Cue the Klauker EBS 6L GKS battery powered basket cutter. Here's a rundown of what the tool offers. The open head allows me to slide the cutting blades between the gap, making it easier to position and cut from various angles, along with its no burr technology. To operate the unit, there's a one button operating concept. Pull the trigger and away you go. As soon as you release the trigger, the motor quickly stops, and after completion of the cut, the tool automatically retracts. Around the back, we also have the ability to manually retract the cutting blade. It's got a balanced centre of gravity for easy handling and effortless operation. As with all tools these days, there's an LED for work area illumination. Now for those who love their numbers, let me pop my Project Farm hat on. The cutting range max is 6mm, the cutting force is 24 kilonewtons, the cutting time is less than 1 second, the number of cuts is approximately 300 for 6mm and 360 for 5mm, and the battery capacity is 1.5 amp hours. Battery charging time is 15 minutes and the weight including the battery is 1.9 kilograms. Now, as someone who already uses the Makita 18 volt battery operated tools, the fact that this uses the same battery system is a big plus for me. No need to carry around an extra battery or a charger, it's all compatible. We also recently released an April Fool's video showcasing a concept product. It seems Klauker might have taken some inspiration and made it a reality with their 230 volt to 18 volt mains adapter. It's a bit on the pricey side, but hey, it's here. Additionally, the Klauker PGA1 USB adapter can be used to connect the basket cutter to your PC and uses the iPress software to capture the tool's statistics. Gordon has already covered this in a previous video. So let me know what you think. Is it great or is it a gimmick? Get your votes in, but till then, I'll see you on the flip side. Dada.
Brings to all time.
To say we've wanted to do this since we started ripping off stuff that we liked would be a massive understatement. So welcome to Birthday Bullseye with your host, which will be one of the Routledges, and my good self. We've got our first contestant here. You're probably from somewhere like Leamington Spa or Darlington, okay, and you are the dart player. So Gordon, it's Birthday Bullseye. You need to come up and play along with us. You can win some really naff prizes in this week's contestant on Birthday Bullseye. So, here we have Gordon. We've got your special darts here, and we've got rules, okay? So, as all rules go, so we used to say, stay out the black and in the red, nothing this game for 2 and a bed, but that doesn't work for us this time round. We've got stay out the black and in the white. Tonight you could win some stuff. Okay, all right, so we've got that one. Okay. So every time you hit a white number, you can win a prize. And at the end of that, you can gamble all your prizes for tonight's star prize, okay? And we'll ask the audience whether they think you should gamble at the end. But first of all, you've got 9 darts to see what prizes you can win. Now, I've seen you do a lot of sports before. The line's just here, young man. You're not getting a little bit of advantage. We've measured it out.
I wondered what that was for.
Yeah. So any white one...
these are very light darts here, I tell you.
All right, complaining already. Yes, okay. And you can tell us the prizes. Here he goes. Settle in, settle down. Oh, he's got a 4. Ooh.
You've won a dressing gown.
Here you get. Oh, one on the floor. Yeah, just dressing gown. Got another 3. So you're nervous. Here's the dart player, by the way. Yeah, wouldn't have him answering the questions. Here we go. So remember, stay in the white, out in the black. Oh, another white.
You won one of 2 Hawaiian shirts.
Not quite on the board. Yo, 6, he's pretty good, isn't he?
You won 2 of 2 Hawaiian shirts.
All right, so 2 Hawaiian shirts and a dressing gown, 3 more darts. So if we can get one of the better prizes. They're heading somewhere on the board. You've just got to hit a white number. That's 888, don't count. That's out the board. We've seen your best. Oh, 11. Well done, yes. So what's 11?
Forgotten that prize.
Okay, we've forgotten that prize. Well, let's suggest it's a caravan or something like that, or some sort of McDonald's. Right, okay, so we're going to have to ask the audience, do you want to gamble for tonight's star prize?
What are the audience saying, Kieran?
Well, let's have a listen. What's the audience saying? What should we say?
Gamble!
They're undecided, so don't be swayed by the undecision. Okay, you've got now 6 darts, and you've got to hit a bullseye.
Right.
Because bullseye's worth what number?
Well, 50 in the middle.
50.
Yeah.
And you've got something in common with it. So 6 darts to see if you can win tonight's star prize.
That's going to be,
the
middle ball?
No, hang on. Where's there another ball?
Well, the outer ball, 25.
No. But, no, it's outer ball.
Yeah.
You're after the ball. It's worth 50, yeah? Okay. Here we go. Settle in, settle down. Don't rush it. You'll be all right. Take your time. Settle in, settle down. It's nearer me than you. Getting further away. Ooh, it's 3 down, 3 to go. See if we can win the star prize.
Hopefully the star prize is nearly ready.
Is it ready?
Oh, that's
getting worse. Oh, no. As they always say on Bullseye, look what you could have won. And we'd like to bring out the prize and show you what you could have won. Here it is. If you'd have hit tonight's bullseye, you too could have won this glorious cake. Okay, and look at that bad boy. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Go and blow the candles out then, Gordon.
So we're closer up, Jilly.
As always, you don't go home empty-handed. You get the bendy bully to take home, and you can keep the darts as well. So well done. Thank you for playing Birthday Bullseye.
Oh, tankard as well.
And your cash from earlier on. Look at that. Look at all that cash. You get to keep your cash. Well done. We'll take the cake over. That is brilliant. Oh, dear. Wow, that is heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant. So that's this week's contestant on Birthday Bullseye. So let's see if we can get the table a bit clearer. Did you know that was going to happen? Right. Back to the serious stuff. Okay. Where's your bendy bully? Look, turn around. You've got a bendy bully here. Absolutely. Yeah. Right, okay, brilliant. Okay. Meanwhile, back at the show. Right, you happy? Is your microphone in the right place?
The microphone's
put them in
still
your
there.
tankard.
Still a dart missing here, actually.
Oh, have you? Yeah. Still in the board. Yeah. It's miles away, like from the bullseye as well as me. So here we go. So we've got to do the tool from above. There's no getting away from it. Okay, in order to summon the tool from above down, one of us has got to look a complete plank, and I'm wearing the mullet. That's going to be a toughie. Yeah. Rick's over there. Rick looks like he's just joined the Liverpool. Oh yeah, that's got a bit of what's his name from
Chris Waddle.
Queen. What's his name?
Brian May.
Brian May. Got a bit of Brian May going on there. Look at that. Yeah, when Brian May was overweight. Okay. I'd be careful with that. We're not straying into those TV
Careful on
programs.
kids' programs from that era.
No, absolutely not. Right, we're not getting away from it. Unfortunately, Mike, you're going to have to just move slightly out of shot, and we're going down on our knees. Okay, big fella. Right, so what we've got to do is we've got to summon down the tool from above. What's the coup that we've got to do?
Tool. Something like that.
Mildly like that. I was just try again. Just give me an example of what you're going to do.
Tool.
Okay, so to really get it, and I want it to be quick this time because this wig is really warm. Okay, so I really want to get, so feel the tool right in the back of your throat. So feel it right in the back of your throat and just tool straight out with it, okay? So straight out with it. Ready?
I think Jake might have done better, but...
You might need to give somebody else some instructions. We didn't do it earlier.
All right, yeah.
Okay, ready?
Aye.
Ready? Just go.
Tool, tool.
Is it stuck in your throat, that tool?
Yeah, it's in there,
Yeah. If it gets really stuck, you start coughing and gagging. Okay, just go for it. Ready? Right, well done, big man. Now, you had a play with this tool earlier on, didn't you?
I did.
And did you like the tool earlier on?
I did, indeed, yeah.
Okay, so we've got it here.
Oh, watch out,
So
nearly got your
just
finger
take
there. That would have been...
Took his fingernails off. Right. People can see how much weight I've lost now. Look at that T-shirt, doesn't do me any favours, does it? Right. Okay, so first of all, you're a big tool fan.
Yeah.
You love a tool, don't you?
I do indeed, yeah.
Okay, so is this one of your favourite tools?
I do really like it, yeah.
Do you do much basket?
I haven't done for a while, but yeah, we used to do a lot of basket, yeah.
Okay, now did you cut it?
Bolt croppers.
Okay, well, little hand wheel, the big
Little hand ones, yeah.
Ooh, wow, that must have done the wrist in.
Yeah.
Is it the same guys that were threading for 5 days before
Yeah.
you get to do that?
Yeah.
We've got the Tooooool behind us. Obviously, it's going to be really difficult for us to put it on there. So we'll take your opinion on this one rather than doing the balloons behind us. 11's in the top right-hand corner. Means it goes to 11. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Allegedly, the coffee machine, which I made another video on this week, it's meant to be down there, but it isn't. So that's an absolute gimmick.
Yeah.
Now, you're a big man with a tool. Where would you put it on the board?
I personally, I'd probably go like a 10.
Yeah, you think it's that good?
Yeah.
What we do as well. We think we always take money out of the equation, so it could be the world's most expensive tool, but we'd say what it does for us is the important thing.
Yeah.
Rick, do you agree with that? Is it one of the best tools we've reviewed for a long time? Oh, yeah. Yeah, busted. And we've got a whole series on cable basket coming up as well at some point, so yeah, look out for that. So yeah, I agree with you. So at some point we'll put that somewhere near the top. So that's good. That's a lovely cable.
No. Yeah. We've only got this on loan.
I've always wanted a ginger mullet.
That suits you,
Lay
actually,
there
that
in
guy.
bed at night thinking, I wish I had a ginger mullet.
Never not once.
Sorry, Mike.
I've never done that.
We've seen your search history. Right, okay. Let's go down a little bit technical route now then. So we've had the fun and games. You described some information that's on the side. If you pass me that one, Gordon, down for hand cam. So hand cam is floating around. I will retrieve hand cam back where that hand cam is. Cheers, Rick. Thank you very much.
I was interested. So there's obviously printing on the side of conduit.
Yes.
And anyone who's watched our conduit series,
yes, there's quite a lot of information.
Everyone always tells us we've got the conduit the wrong way around because you can see the printing.
Okay. So what have we got on here? We've got a BSEN number then. So Jake, do you want to go through some of this with me?
Well, first of all, you've got a brand identifier, which obviously in this case is the Mepro logo. Then you move on to the standard that it meets. After the standard is the 4 digits, which is 5557. And Mick will correct me on this if he needs to, but that came in with the plus A1 2019 addendum. I think that's right. You've then got the product identifier. So in this case, it's the class 4 finish.
Yes.
An additional piece of information that we put on every length is what you see in there, that T0 number, which is a batch number. Okay. Just allows for maximum traceability right back to raw material. Right. And then you've got the tube diameter size, obviously, in case it wasn't clear from the diameter of the pipe.
Okay. Yeah. Again, when you're training, I must admit the tube that I had probably didn't have it on.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one. But that you said that this number here can take me all the way back to effectively what it was in the ground. Are you saying?
That's going to be a question for Mick, I'm afraid.
Okay, Mick. So that number there then. So how far can we take this back to find
we can take
source?
that back to the raw material batch that was produced from.
Wow. Okay.
And it's important to do that. If there were ever a problem, and we've not had one to date, then that's the reason for it.
I heard a story, and I can't remember, it's some flats down in London Way had been completely replumbed, and the quality of the quality of the copper pipe was inferior, and it started springing leaks randomly at times, and they had to redo all that. Whereas if you'd have done that and had them sitting on the shelf, not that you had, because this was plumbers, okay, you could actually go and find that batch where that one came and just take it out of service.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think I could have done that with that 15mm copper pipe. It might be microbore, I think it was one of those ones. Yeah, just started springing leaks. Yeah, for the impurities in it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just going. So this has to be on the conduit.
The British standard actually states that much of that information there, other than the traceability number which we add, has to be stamped on. Otherwise, that tube does not meet the standard.
Right.
So that's even if it meets all the mechanical properties and any corrosive properties, dimensions, tolerances. If it meets all those, but it hasn't got any of the markings on there except for the batch number, then it doesn't comply.
Right.
Simple as that.
Are there conduits out there in the wild that may not have all the bits on them?
It's what we hear. Yeah, and I mean we've spoken to people, customers, and other manufacturers alike who say how easy it is. That they're often approached by people from overseas who will give them a great deal, and they can bring product in, but it's not going to comply. And I think regulation's can be a bit of a nasty word or a scary word, but I don't necessarily think we have enough regulation to make sure that the right stuff or the correct stuff is going into the jobs.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Finish on there, standards in galvanised. We talked about clean rooms earlier on. Do you want to pick this one up for me?
When you're talking about this particular product, that's class
4. Yeah, class 4.
So that's a hot dip galvanised, that's an external use. We do a pre-galvanised version as well for internal use. We also do a range of Conlok. Let's come back to that product, which we call Clean Room, which has got a finish on that, which basically coats the product. When you talk about data centres and all that kind of environment, there's a real risk about air quality. Conventional products it can offer a zinc dust, a zinc flake, and get airborne and cause all sorts of havoc within the sites. So our Clean Room product has a finish on it that allows for that to be used within there and doesn't allow that to get airborne.
And you wouldn't say it, would you? These data centres, obviously, with the amount of fans have got, just sucking and blowing stuff in, moving warm air around.
Yeah, it's invisible to the naked.
We've done a video with Joe Robinson on that as well, didn't we?
Yes, we did on Clean. Yeah, zinc whiskers.
Yeah, zinc whiskers.
Quite interesting.
On the front of the thumbnail when we did that one.
Yeah. Now a few questions. Has it been salt mist tested? Is that a test?
Salt mist tested, not on conduit. You wouldn't use a salt spray test on that because hot dip galvanising doesn't lend itself to salt spray tests. It's not how we would do it. It's a sacrificing finish, hot dip galvanised. It basically erodes itself to protect the steel underneath it. So when we talk about hot dip galvanising, you'd expect the micron thickness to be thick enough so that as it erodes over the year. So for instance, this ours is 30 microns plus on a hot dip galvanised finish. If you're talking about a coastal environment, you would probably expect an erosion of about 2 microns a year of galvanising finish. So you'd expect 15 years plus lifetime on that product with that finish as a minimum.
So those people, when you go on holiday, you're walking along the seafront of Blackpool, you've taken your family there for their long weekend, summer holidays, Theo, and you're walking down there, you often see those conduit systems rotted away, don't you? Because they're the wrong ones, aren't they? They shouldn't be installed in those locations.
You see them all over the place.
Yeah, just dripping down the wall with rust. When you're in Blackpool, you'll be looking out at that. You'll see Gordon at the darts. He's going for the winter gardens.
I am now. We're in there.
All over that bottle, weren't you? So fantastic.
Yeah.
But there is just one point I'd like to mention on that, the 4 digits. We talked about that a bit earlier on. You mentioned, Jake, correctly, that it's part of the new A1 amendment to the standard. That denotes the classification of the conduit itself. So you've got 5557. They are the 4 first classifications within the standard, which is compression, impact, lowest temperature and highest temperature. And those are the highest classifications for those 4, which you'd expect for a metal piece of conduit. You'd expect it to have the highest compression resistance, impact resistance, and temperature range as well. And that's key because it tells people what that product's, how it works, its functionality, and what it's capable of. It allows them to compare between brands. And again, those 4 digits must be on conduit or it doesn't meet the standard.
Yeah. I must admit, I've seen some average conduit in colleges before. I'd imagine going for the cheapest stuff on the planet, and even round your voices, it's not doing it any favours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you think to yourself, wow, what's going on here? So, yeah, it's probably the quality of the conduit. I'll look out for that next time. I'll see if there's any, but it probably won't be, will there? But I'll have a look for the markings on
The
those.
4 markings.
Yeah.
How many times does it have to be on the length of conduit?
At least once according to standard, but we put it on about 3, a minimum of 3 a length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Eddie's asked a question, was the standard 3 metres or 3.75?
There isn't a standard length. Conventionally, it used to be 3.75. But then a lot of people, especially down south, are working to 3 metre now because it fits in vans better and stuff like that. It's easier to move around.
I used to teach that was the quality street method. So I used to say, the quality street's still £5 a tin, but the tin's got a hell of a lot less in it than when it was that big metal one, now it's that tiny plastic one. And I said, you're probably paying the same for your conduit. I'm not talking about yours, but for 3 metres, I use 3.75. You haven't realised you just got 0.75 of a metre less for your money.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've seen grow, and 3 metre now is largely used. 10 years ago, we were scratching our heads why people wouldn't move to 3 metre, and the market just wouldn't. And then all of a sudden, I think because you've got inner city restrictions on vehicles and everything else, using smaller vehicles to get into cities, they're looking for smaller conduit to fit the vans, and that certainly is in London and those kind of surrounding areas are what's driven it.
Yeah, logical story. We talked off camera about threaded bar, okay, and the fact that we've had some experiences ourselves. We've obviously fitted a bit in here, and you said you can almost value engineer threaded rod, okay, in order to that you think you're getting the same stuff, and we can believe that, can we? It's just a bit of dreaded rod, we used to call it on site. Go and get a length of dreaded rod, but actually. There is a big difference, and now looking back myself in hindsight, I think, well, I experienced what you're probably going to suggest now. So, is there anything to look out for on the threaded rod?
Well, threaded rod really is a metric thread, so therefore it needs to be a 60-degree angle on the thread itself. That comes under the DIN 976 standard. If it hasn't got a 60-degree angle, then it doesn't meet the DIN standard. For one. We've seen a lot of product on the market where the thread angle is actually being as low as 40 or even less. The reasons for that is because it requires less material, and therefore there is a financial saving in it. But what that does do is, from a theoretical point of view, when you do simulations, we know that 40-degree angle is probably going to carry half the load that a 60-degree angle thread could. But you probably wouldn't be able to see it looking at it visually. You just and secondly, with regards to the thread nuts, you get a little bit of play.
Bounce around.
So those are the kind of things that you need to look out for on threaded rod. For us, every single batch is tested. We maintain the 60-degree on absolutely everything, purely because of the first thing I mentioned to you, which was the load.
Yeah,
that's the safety factor.
Yeah, you're trusting someone else. You probably chose something that's economically priced. You get what you pay for. You do. And you might get something that causes you a problem. You didn't realise it. And I said, how many times you spun those nuts on? You thought, hang on a minute. And you always think it's the nut.
Yep.
Yeah, you think, is it? And you'll spin that nut off and you get another one. But yeah, like you said, if you've got that, if you're nearer 40 than you are 60, and you wouldn't believe that, would you? You can make a cheaper one.
Well, the worry I've seen on some is, and when you get down to M8s and even M6, the smaller the diameter, the worse the angles got on some of the ones I've looked at. Whether people think, it's only M6, you're not going to put a lot of load on there, or that's a risk we wouldn't want to take. No. As far as we're concerned, it has to be the DIN standard.
Yeah.
Now, someone's asked, what's the stop a rogue manufacturer just printing the standard on the tube anywhere?
Well, it's at the end of the day, you have to stand up and be counted with your products. Everything that we stamp on our products is supported with certification, testing, batch control. We have, so people can ask us for evidence of that, and we're more than happy to provide that. We can issue out declarations to that as well. You're right, somebody could easily stamp something on the side of thing, but you've got to have the stuff to support it.
I think there's an argument, not an argument, but there seems to be a bit of a trend now as well in the resurgence of brands. I've had a conversation with a few people, and one of them was Tony Howard, previously from Rexel. He now lives in Texas. Hi, Tony, if you're watching. But he was talking about back when he started, it was always you knew if you were going into your local wholesaler and you wanted certain nuts or bolts, you didn't ask for anybody or just give me some nuts or bolts. It was that brand. So I think we're starting to see a bit of a shift towards that. So brand names are carrying a bit more weight as well. And just generally on quality, I mean, it's something that's been integral to our business since we started 30 years ago next year. And we also appreciate how important price is. We get that, so we try to be as competitive as possible. But when you're seeing prices out there that are better, it doesn't always mean that it's a comparable product. And we're always aiming for the highest quality in every single instance, every time.
It can't. It just, if you're paying less for something, it can't be as good.
No, well, we don't want the Theos of the world to be part of our quality control operation, and neither should they. And that's the...
I mean, either.
You need to have confidence in the product.
Yeah.
I completely agree about the brand thing, and hopefully in what we're doing and the support we put behind all our products, people will start to understand the Mepro brand, and that equals quality. We'd love to have that.
Innovation first, quality second, because your innovations are going to lead the way, I think, because that's what people are going to go in for.
But to answer your the question there, really for me, ask for information, ask for evidence, ask for detail behind what your products. We can support it, and we'll happily do that.
Yeah. So if you're on a big project, you'd be asking people to ask for that quality documentation.
We're seeing it more and more now anyway. Sites and projects are driving requests for evidence, certification, declarations, all of those kind of things as we move into a new world of environmental concerns and quality and the responsibility of a product, making sure it's to the right spec. So we're seeing lots of requests already now. So I would encourage them just to ask the question, get declarations of conformity, that sort of stuff.
Back yourself, back your product.
Yeah. Now, just telltale signs. If I did, I sent Gary down to the wholesalers. He'd ignored the request for the documentation. Just picked up the bundle he got through the door, got back to site. How would I know? What would I sort of look for if it was a substandard product?
Visibly, the first indicator is going to be your wall thickness. If you apply a thread to it, if it's too thin, the thread will either cut all the way through the wall, or it will at least show the indentation of the thread on the inside of the bore. That's not good. If you've got something like that, then that would suggest that your wall thickness isn't up to the strength it needs to be. The other one would be the finish. I mentioned earlier about the 30 micron minimum thickness for that hot dip galvanized that we put on. If people are bringing in a product that has less than that, then all that does is just reduces the lifespan of the...
I've seen it flake off when you bend it.
Yeah. Again, that's how the hot dip galvanized has been applied, if it hasn't gone through the right processes, that sort of thing. Yeah. And so, you'll see that on site when you're doing it, but on the initial checks, when you're looking at it, when you're threading it, if you're seeing those kind of things, then it would suggest an inferior product.
That's good.
Or when you're down by the coast, Gary, you've been there and you've gone past 3 years later, it's starting to rust. You'll know, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
6
no,
microns.
It's the wrong stuff. It's the wrong stuff. Favourite tool?
That is a question.
That's right.
I would say...
Ignore the brand.
I do like the strut cutter. Yeah.
Yeah, we like a strut cutter, don't we, as well?
Okay.
One that can strut. Yeah, we love a strut cutter. Got to say it carefully, though, especially for the algorithm.
That's the strut slayer. Yes, that's the one.
I think generalised, they're strut cutters, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
But they de-skill in the industry.
Yeah.
You've forgotten how to use a hacksaw now, haven't you?
Have you ever hacksawed that stuff? As an apprentice?
Oh, yeah, I would have done, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, loads.
Yeah.
You see that bit of kit, you think, oh, wow.
It's incredible, yeah. I bought one very quickly after they came out, and I use it all the time. Every time I'm using channel, I use it.
Yeah, we didn't think you'd use it for plastic conduit.
Well, no,
thank you for clarifying that. That's really good.
Yeah. Is there any plans to move into plastic conduit?
Well, I mean, we offer PVC conduit accessories.
Right.
We haven't moved into tube. It's a relatively saturated market, in truth. And beyond that, though, I mean, it's in the name, Mepro, metal products. Steel's what we know, steel's what we're good at. As Mick said earlier, we've never had a problem. So, stick with what you know.
Yeah. Gary tried to get into selling conduit accessories for the German market, but realised we don't use them.
Yeah, the market's not as deep as I thought it was. That's been great, fantastic. I think we've had an interesting. You got your final chance to be birthday bullseye. We've been waiting to do it for a long time. Okay, so we've got to thank the whole of the Routledge family for coming up with the ideas and obviously pulling it off as well. You noticed that the alarm had only gone on for a nanosecond when you went out. I had to flick my wrist across the alarm when we went out, and you went, that went off quick. I had to because your wife was trying to get in. You melt. You still didn't spot that and put it back off, did you? So it's been good. So obviously Gordon's the same old age as McDonald's, and we've had some fantastic guests in today from Mepro, as well as friend of the show, we should say, because you've helped me out on many occasions. I'm sure if I ring you again, you won't answer because you know it'll either be a ribbon or Gary asking me to do something. But Mike, thank you ever so much for coming from Mepro. Theo, thank you for coming in with your automatic wire strippers as well. And Jake, thank you ever so much as well. And hopefully we'll have some more conversations around innovation and products when they hit the market, and hopefully we can support you with video content on that as well. Next time out, where we do.
Well, I would say we also have, there is a link to Mepro in the description. If you do want to try it, I would say reach out and get these little sample kits. They'll look good anyway.
And if you've got an idea, talk to us.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you.
And then, I'd say he'd a wealth of technical expertise. So, yeah, when you conduit to Ruston after 6 years, you'll know, don't you?
You won't find a Mepro label like.
Yeah.
What have we got next time, Gordon?
We've
got the team from Snap-on and All Trade. Okay. So we're looking at some smart home products. So we're going a little bit further. Obviously, we had the excellent episode Radiant Speaker where we went off to the sun to do that.
We did. That was fantastic. Great product, doing some great views as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So again.
So we're looking at a product called Wattbox. Do you do much smart home stuff? Was that not quite North Devon smart home market?
No, it's a small market where I am.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
Finding smart people.
Well, come on, it's that. No, I think I know a few guys down there that do it, but I think it's quite a niche.
Yeah.
I'd like to do something. It's good.
Well, yeah.
There
you go.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
Gets there, so does the profits. That's all good. So that's what we've got in 2 weeks' time. We'd like to thank everyone who puts on this show. We'd like to thank Joe. So, Joe, thank you very much. You've got a camera there to bring yourself in. Have you brought it in? So, yeah, there he is, Joe.
Jim Bone.
Is that your normal haircut? And also, if you notice by the side of Joe when he brings his camera back in, we've got Amelia with us today as well. So, almost first time on the show, being age 13. She's never been on before. First time Gordon's done it as a 50-year-old, nearer to 60 than he is 40. We'd also like to thank Comments Corner, where we've got Tom over there. So Tom is in Comments Corner. He's going to give us a wave unless I got his name completely wrong. Just wave anyhow randomly. And we've also got Rick and Jenny with us as well for the show. We thank everybody that joined us and giving comments today, whether you're watching it live or on catch-up. Thank you very much for those. Some of you will appear in the end credits, and we'll see you in a fortnight. And happy birthday, Gordon.
There you go. Thank you.